What's up, Mooncutter fans? Geoffrey Curry joining you tonight, as always. And I gotta say, it is the second most wonderful time of the year. Looking at my hat, you can tell that the number one is a month away, but I digress. Tonight, it's officially football season. We are about an hour and a half away from kickoff for Thursday night football. Defending Super Bowl champion Rams versus the Buffalo Bills, hosting the Buffalo Bills. And I got to say, I've decided, since I now do a sports podcast, since I'm now a public figure and all of that, that this year I'm going to do something I've not done in the past. Every week this season, I am going to be betting the schedule. We've already got a comment on here. Tracy Lee saying, let's go Steelers. Tracy, you're a Browns fan. Why are you saying, let's go Steelers? I will never understand that one. Okay. Oh, now you're showing some shade because she's also saying Jets are going down. Those of you that know me know that I bleed green. I am a diehard Jets fan. We'll get to that. As I was saying, though, we are an hour and a half away from kickoff for the first game of the season. I am going to be betting the schedule every week this year. And tonight, we're going to go over my week one predictions. If you want to bet like me, follow along. I go strictly money line, and let's just say for $10 down for week one, if all 16 of my picks come accurate, I'm walking away with a nice paycheck of almost 38 grand. If that happens, my house is paid off, my car is paid off, and I'm sitting comfortably. I might be going for steak dinner. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. First game of the season starts tonight at 8 o'clock. We've got, or 8:21, the Buffalo Bills visiting the defending Super Bowl champion LA Rams. It's going to be a tough game. And right off the bat, I'm going with the slight underdog. Yes, Matt Stafford is coming off of having an elbow procedure done in the offseason. Yes, it's a major deal. However, he has gone on record to say that at this point in the year, compared to where he was at last year, he feels way better. He feels the best he's felt in years. As long as his arm lives up to his words, I can see the Rams going all the way. I don't know if they're going to repeat and be two-time champion, be back-to-back champions, but I can see them making it to the dance. And the road to that starts with the Bills, who honestly, I see this as being a potential Super Bowl preview. That being said, I think the Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year. So I think the Rams take the first game. So money line, I'm putting the Rams. Second game, Sunday at 1 o'clock. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games going off Sunday at 1 o'clock. Starting with the hometown, Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. The AFC North is looking like it's got one complete team. One team that's just a quarterback. One team that has 3 quarterbacks, so they have 0. And then a team that is going to be missing their star quarterback most of the season. I'm giving this to the complete team. Cincinnati takes this game easily. Third game, Philadelphia and Detroit. This one, also an easy pick, because I'm sorry, after the Rams pawned him off and he's still their starter, Jared Goff is not your answer. Jared Goff gets nothing. He's not going to be a championship leader. He's not going to get you a winning season. Philly takes the cake on this one. Don't think that's me feeding into the Jalen Hurts hype, because I'm not. Yes, Joe Chill is the man, Tracy. Don't take that as me feeding into the Jalen Hurts hype, because I'm not. I still don't think he's that good. And I think anyone that's putting up saying that he's an early candidate for MVP needs to put down the liquor. But He's got a better squad. Philly takes this one. Third 1 o'clock matchup, fourth matchup of the week. Indianapolis Colts at Houston Texans. Indy definitely improved in quarterback, bringing in Matt Ryan. Houston, I don't see them being as bad as they were last year. They had probably the most impressive free agency. They've completely rebuilt their team. But the fact that it's a completely new team, most of these people have not played together in the past, it's going to take them a few weeks to start meshing. Indy takes the cake. So right now, if you're wanting to go money line and bet like Geoffrey, they got Rams, Bengals, Eagles, Colts. Next game, Saints at Falcons. It's a tough one to choose on. Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota, two quarterbacks that failed elsewhere and are getting new life with the new team. However, you can't bet against the success that the Saints have had in the past. And the fact that even with Jameis Winston last year, they looked decent. I think that's going to continue. I'm putting the money on the Saints. Baltimore Ravens at New York Jets. I know everyone's talking. Everyone's going to be thinking it's a no-brainer. The Ravens have been a contender the past how many seasons? Ravens have also had weapons the past few seasons. This year, they've got Lamar Jackson. They've got Mark Andrews. And they've got a whole bunch of wishes. I'm sorry. One-star player does not get you wins. Or to get you wins, it's not going to get you as many. Whereas the Jets won the offseason. They brought in the weapons. They've already established the lines last year. They brought in the weapons this year. And to be honest, they are the sleeper team. They are the team to watch out for this year. I see them being in the hunt for that 7th playoff seed. I'm taking Jets over Ravens. Got a divisional rival matchup between the Patriots and the Dolphins. And you know what? I hope those of you watching are not riding high on the Tua train. I hope you're not feeding into Tyreek Hill's hype man performance this offseason, because I don't think Tua is as good as he's said to be. And that being said, you can't bet against Bill Belichick. Mac Jones in his rookie year last year impressed a lot of people. Face it, rookie quarterback making it to the Pro Bowl. He might be the real deal. Smart money is to bet the underdog and go Patriots. Seth tuned in a little bit late, but I'm going with Rams, brother. Stafford's already said he feels better going into the season now, even after his elbow procedure, than he did last year. And if that's the case, look out for another run of Cooper Kupp dominating. I know the Rams are the slight underdog, but I don't think the defending Super Bowl champions should ever be the underdog. Bills won't have Tre'Davious White either. That's a good point. I had forgotten about that. Even more reason to lean towards the Rams. Moving on. Cleveland Browns at Carolina Panthers. Could we have asked for a better week 1 matchup for these teams? In particular, could we have asked for a better first matchup for the new quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield? Getting to give some comeuppance to the team that screwed him over royally this offseason. I'm sorry. He's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder. The Browns don't even have the guy that they screwed Baker over for. And from everything I'm hearing about Carolina, the team is starting to is rallying with Baker. I see Carolina destroying them tonight or on Sunday. Money goes to Carolina. San Francisco 49ers at Chicago Bears. Probably the easiest choice I've made so far. San Fran all the way. Or at least it would have been better, the easiest choice, had they been still running Jimmy Garoppolo. They're pretty high on Trey Lance. Let's hope that Shanahan knows what he's doing. Either way, looking at the rest of the teams around them, San Francisco's got the better squad. Tracy, I don't think Baker's that good. Respectfully disagree. I was actually there in Cleveland the first game he got to play. Week 3, 2018 was a Thursday night football against the Jets. The Jets had a 14-3 lead going into halftime. As soon as we came back from halftime, the Jets knocked Tyrod Taylor the hell out. Baker got to take Baker got to take the field, and from it being 14-3, the final score ended up being 23-17. Baker brought life to that offense, and now he's got a chance to repeat performance. And now he's got a little bit more consistent of a team. He's not going to have to deal with getting a new head coach every 3 quarters of a season. I mean, he went through 5 and 4 years in Cleveland. I think we're going to see what Baker's really capable of in Carolina, and I think he's going to impress a lot of people. Anyways, I already said San Francisco over Chicago. Jacksonville at Washington. This one's going to be probably the worst game of the first week. And I'm sorry, but I'm giving it to Carson Wentz. I think he's going to lead the Commanders to a win over Jacksonville. Vegas Raiders at Los Angeles Chargers. This is going to be one of the better matchups this week. You got two high octane offenses, 2 big passing games. You've got the trio of Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, and Devontae Adams with the Vegas squad. And then you've got Justin Herbert, who honestly, in his first 2 years, has already established himself as one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. And it's going to be close. It's going to be close. But I'm putting my money on that one on Herbert. Chargers take this one. Super Bowl preview from Justin. Yes, that's about to kick off here in about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm calling it now. I think the Super Bowl this year is Bills-Rams. I think the Bills take it. I think this is their year. Been wrong in the past. Will probably be wrong again. That's what they are calling it. We are talking about the same game, right, Justin? You're talking about tonight too? Get back on that. Do I think Allen Robinson scores tonight? Let me think about that one. Robinson's a question mark. It's definitely going to be a high scoring game, and I think it'll come mostly on passing game. So yeah, I'd say Robinson will probably get one. Cooper Kupp, if you're betting who's going to get a touchdown tonight, I think Cooper Kupp is a smart answer to put money on right off the bat. And for the Bills, I would say Gabe Davis for sure gets a touchdown tonight. But as far as the Stephon Diggs is a question mark for me. Stephon Diggs is a question mark for me because the Rams do have a hell of a good defense, and I think they're going to be smart enough to keep him covered. Which is why I'm saying I think Gabe Davis is going to get open for one. And you know what? I think Robinson the more I think about it, Robinson's a safe bet because the Bills are going to be trying and failing, but trying to double cover Cooper the whole night. Anyways, I left off. You got the Giants and the Titans. Justin saying, "Oh shit." Yeah, and then yes, he was talking about tonight. Tracy said, "You're always wrong. You're a man." Okay, whatever you say. Seth saying yes, anytime scorer for Allen Robinson. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet. Giants at Titans. This was an easy one. Daniel Jones is not that good of a quarterback compared to the rest of the league. Ryan Tannehill is one of the best choices if you're looking for consistently average. And looking at how they were quietly the most dominant team in the league last year and haven't really lost a whole hell of a lot, I could see Tennessee doing it again, winning their division, sneaking quietly getting into the playoffs with a monster record, and then falling apart once the pressure's on in the postseason. But this is regular season. I'm giving it to Tennessee easily. Kansas City at Arizona. Easy choice, Kansas City. Not because of Pat Mahomes, because I've been saying for God knows how long, I think he's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Because of his play style, because he's trying to tries too much to do the run and gun style offense of the run and gun offensive style of like Brett Favre or Dak Prescott before he got hurt. But Mahomes is not physically built enough to maintain that. He's one serious hit away from a long-term injury. And now that the the offensive line for Kansas has lost a few pieces and has fallen down the rankings, I hate to say it, I never want to wish injury on someone, but unless he seriously changes his style of play going into this season, this is the season where Mahomes faces a season-ending injury. But it's game one. And Kyler Murray just got his money. Kyler Murray got what he wanted, and now he's not going to try as hard, I don't think. He's going to sit there and want to last his 5 years. He's going to want to enjoy that money. And, Kansas takes this one. Green Bay at Minnesota. Oh, by the way, we are now into the 4:30 games. We've been there. Green Bay at Minnesota. It's Aaron Rodgers. The league, the MVP of the NFL, and the whole damn team when it comes to the Packers, how much he's carried them on his back for the past how many years and still dominated, especially over the 3 teams in his division, the Bears, the Vikings, and I'm drawing a blank on the third team. Bears, Giants. But either way, Green Bay wins this one easily. Tampa Bay at Dallas. That was a tough choice for me. It was. But as much as I don't ever bet against the Cowboys during the regular season because they do still on paper have the best offense in the league when it comes to the weapons they have. You don't ever bet against Tom Brady. Tampa Bay. And then Denver Broncos at Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson riding the cavalry into his old home. And I'm sorry, as a Jets fan, that we've been there, done that. We've had him. Geno Smith as the starter in Seattle. You didn't need to tell me anything else for me to tell you that Denver wins this one. So just going down the list real quick, if you're trying to bet like Geoffrey on money line, the list goes Rams, Bengals, Eagles, Colts, Saints, Jets, Patriots, Panthers, Niners, Commanders, Chargers, Titans, Chiefs, Packers, Buccaneers, Broncos. I will put that up here in a minute. Tracy asked what my opinion of Tomlin naming Trubisky as the starter. I don't like it. I don't. Honestly, I'm on the mindset that the one that busted his ass during training camp, the one that has the most experience with the team and with the system, and the one who's got the best rapport with the rest of the squad, the one that should have got the starting job this year was Mason Rudolph. I also think that Kenny Pickett, being the rookie, the one that you just drafted, the one that's got the fan hype like crazy right now, and the one who during the preseason games was the most impressive, should have gotten the second spot. Could have made an argument for the starting job because of the preseason games. And then you got Trubisky, who didn't excel in either of those spots. He was middle of the pack in training camp. He was middle of the pack in preseason. But gets named starter. I don't get it. The only thing that makes sense to me on that is that he's been in the league the longest, and he's the only one that has starting, like franchise starting experience. But I don't think it was right. I don't think it was the right decision. My prediction is Pickett takes over a starter somewhere around mid-season, or between 6 to 8, after he gets a little bit of time on the bench to face the lights with the big leagues. But I don't get it. Going on, I did say tonight we were going to also go over my fantasy squads. And I've got 3 of them. I don't know how to pull it up on screen. Let me check here. I might be able to do this. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. All right, we're good. All right, so we're here on the ESPN, which is what I use for my squads, for my fantasy league. I've got 3 leagues going. I always do. Or I do this year, rather. First league, you might think I'm nuts, but starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. Starting running backs, Austin Eckler and Josh Jacobs. Starting wide receiver tandem, Jerry Jeudy, and if you look down below, I've got Chris Godwin. But with him being questionable for the week, I kind of have him temporarily benched until we get a confirmation before the game starts on Sunday. But Marquez Valdes-Scantling is a good pickup. If you're a KC fan, be on the watch for this guy. He was underutilized in Green Bay, but you want somebody that's going to be fast, it's going to be able to get open and be your deep threat target in Kansas. You know, the replacement for Tyreek Hill. Scantling's your man. Did way better than his stats in Green Bay showed. Tight end, can't do any better than Mark Andrews. Starting defense, Tampa Bay. Starting kicker, Daniel Carlson. And then my flex options / backups and depth. I've got Breece Hall of the Jets. George Pickens of the Steelers. Kenny Gainwell from the Eagles. Garrett Wilson from the Jets. Derek Carr is my backup quarterback. for my bye week and then play the matchups if Prescott's got a bad shot. Robert Tonyan, because depending on how he comes back from that injury last year, if he gets back to the production he had when he first came to Green Bay 2 years ago, could be good. Robbie Anderson was actually drafted as a fuck you to our league commissioner, who kept saying nobody should be drafting him. He sucks. He sucks. If you draft him, you're an idiot. But honestly, now that he's got Baker Mayfield throwing to him, I think he could have a breakout year. And then my deep sleeper, I wanted to take him in at least one league because looking at the preseason games for the Steelers, I can see him climbing the depth chart and finishing the year lined up opposite George Pickens. On the starting line, Gunnar Olszewski. Kid impressed this year. Check over, see if I got any new comments. No, I don't. This squad here was a 12-team, half PPR standard scoring. Second team, the league I'm actually the commissioner of, that I launched. It's our second year going in. Probably the best draft I have out of the three. This team is a 14 league or 14-team league, half PPR. My starters are all lined up, ready to go. Justin Herbert at quarterback, Leonard Fournette and Nick Chubb at running back, Cooper Kupp and Gabriel Davis at receiver. Dalton Schultz is my starting tight end. Niners defense to start, Daniel Carlson at kicker. My flex and depth bench, Darnell Mooney, Damian Pierce, Tony Pollard, Garrett Wilson, Isaiah Pacheco, Michael Gallup, Ryan Tannehill to cover Herbert's bye week, CJ Uzoma, and Dontrell Hilliard. I've got a lot of handcuff. The two biggest ones to look out for on my bench here are going to be this man here, Tony P, because we're looking at, from everything I've heard and what I'm hearing, they're going to cut back Zeke's role on the offense, give him less touches so that he's more explosive. If that is the case, Pollard's going to get a lot more of a workload and it could be impressive. The other one to look out for down here, Isaiah Pacheco. Yes, drafted as a handcuff, but also drafted because with the situation with Clyde Edwards-Helaire down in Kansas and the fact that he has not been as consistent as they've wanted, Pacheco's been going insane in preseason. He's put up great numbers. He's looked more impressive. I can definitely see Pacheco surpassing Helaire for the top reps on this squad. Michael Gallup, I know that was a risky pickup given his we don't know how long it's going to be till he comes back, but when he does, he's going to go back to being one of Dak's favorite targets. Dontrell Hilliard, do I need to say anything else other than we've already seen King Henry get hurt last year? Who's to say it's not going to happen this year? And if it does, I will be taking advantage. And then to the new league that I just got entered into this year that I was asked to be a co-commissioner of. Tom Brady. This one here is a half PPR double flex, and it's got some bonus scoring involved for big plays. But Tom Brady, Zeke Elliott, and Josh Jacobs as my starting running backs, at least for week one. Might change around as things go on. Cooper Kupp and Hunter Renfrow as my starting receivers. Mark Andrews is my starting tight end. Bills D and Nick Folk. Bench, flex, and depth. I've got Cam Akers, Chris Godwin, Tony Pollard, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Michael Carter, Michael Gallup, Isaiah Pacheco, Josh Palmer, Mac Jones, and Irv Smith Jr. Can I say on this squad here, the fact that I drafted not only Tom Brady, who completely kicked our ass for years as a Jets fan, but to turn around and get his replacement, the new New England quarterback, as my backup. For being a Jets fan on that third draft, I probably need to go hang myself. because I feel like such a filthy whore. Anyways, that's been week one prediction, week one kickoff. How the hell do I go back to regular screen? There we go. Yeah. I will be coming back on possibly late, no. I'll probably be back on somewhere between Tuesday, Wednesday after week one wraps up to get my takeaways and week two predictions. Hopefully by that point, I'm able to have myself a guest to join me. Until next time, this has been Geoffrey. You can follow me as shown on the bottom of the screen at TJE Joker. That's you can follow the podcast at Mooncutters on Twitter. We've got our own Facebook page, Running Force Productions. Make sure you're giving that a like and follow. And please follow us on YouTube. I know that is the quickest way for you to help us by boosting our view count, by subscribing to us there. That is the quickest way that I can start getting to the point where I might be able to monetize this show and get some money for it, which would enable me in the long run to give you guys a better product. I love doing this, and I love the interaction I have with my fans on here. Here's hoping that this continues to grow. Anyways, this is Geoffrey signing off from Mooncutter Sportscast. I will talk to you guys midweek. Peace out. Have a great night.